Well, welcome to the Pop-Up Amazing. I am super stoked. I got Mr. Eric Bam Burns. He's the Vice President of Marketing and Sales with Perfect Crust Pizza Liners and Incredible Bags. Maybe
Incredible Eggs is fine too. So,
I know. We hopefully won't find out today. So
yeah, well, we don't know which came first, the egg or the bag. So,
yeah, definitely. But I am definitely sure that we will have surprises on today's interview because I've got to know you pretty well over the past 3 months, and the one thing I know is Eric Bam always has a surprise. So,
well, I don't know if I have a surprise, but I got something just on my chest today that I want to get off, and I think this is the perfect place to do it. So anyway, but I'm just thankful. Thanks for having me on, man. I love it.
Absolutely. I think we need to start with an important question before we get to that. And it's not really about pizza. I mean, what is your favorite ice cream topping? I know you like to have a question. And by the way, it should read, what is your favorite ice cream topping that's a pizza topping?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put a pizza topping on ice cream. I would, for a long time, I used to be a butter pecan ice cream guy, just plain, right? Just plain butter pecan. But now, I've got an 8-year-old, we've got a 16-month-old daughter, and so we seem to always have chocolate syrup in the house. I'm a vanilla, I like a really good homemade vanilla, you go like homemade. I like the homemade vanilla, chocolate syrup on top. That's my jam, and I like it. It's good, So some people are like, oh, I gotta have Oreo cookie, or I gotta have chocolate. I gotta have just a really good vanilla ice cream is refreshing.
Absolutely. I love to take the vanilla ice cream and the syrup and then toss real Oreos in it. Ones that have.
Oh, there you go. That's a game changer right there.
Yeah, definitely. You got to get them right out of the package.
Yep.
Now, would that work on a pizza?
No, that would
no. All right.
Not happening. But nice try.
One of the things, one of the reasons why I want to interview here on the new Amazing and Pop-Up Amazing today is, we're in this crazy time, and that's how we met. You and I were taking this course called The New Normal, and one of the things I've been intrigued by is that your business, Perfect Crust Pizza Liners, is actually doing really well in this time. And so I want to give some people some hope, and you're somebody that's providing me hope as we go through this time. So.
Yeah, I feel somewhat like a wartime profiteer saying we've done really well, but our business in the pizza segment, one of the reasons I took this position here a year and a half ago is we're set up for the way I felt like the restaurant industry as a whole was moving, which is more towards takeout and carry out and away from the brick and mortar restaurant dining, and, DoorDash and Uber Eats. And as those things continue to grow, we're going to eat less and less at the restaurant. And so our pizza bag, our catering bag business has been phenomenal. And then as pizza was already set up, they were somewhat COVID ready from the standpoint that those guys knew how to deliver. Packaging a pizza box was already in place. We were comfortable with it. Whereas a lot of other national chains or different restaurant segments had to adjust and figure it out. Pizza operators didn't have to, and they just adjusted like that. And so, there were some adjustments to curbside service and some adjustments to, loss of liquor sales and how that worked. But overall, the pizza segment's done really well. And so we've somewhat benefited from that because that's the space we're in, and that's been great. And so we're not going to apologize for it. But at the same time, you know what? We were trending that way before COVID hit. And so we get up and what we do, we go to work every day. It's amazing when you go to work every day, how really good things happen.
Yeah. One of the things, you mentioned the word wartime profiteering, and I think you're not giving the industry enough credit, not to say that you're, pizza has been actually something that's a good part of this. Is I know I've ordered more pizza than I ever have. It's not good for my waistline, but, definitely love the pizza. And lo and behold, my neighborhood pizzeria, I would have never known. I do remember. Hey, my pizza has these weird little, I call them Mickey Mouse ears in the pizza crust. And I always remembered that. And then I met you and I'm like, wait,
that's what that is. Yeah. So, just real quick, not to bore you with science, but science behind these, you can see some of the bumps and dimples on there. So this goes in your pizza box. They're biodegradable, compostable, recyclable. The science behind these, though, the bumps lift the pizza up in the box, allow the air to circulate, while the dimples absorb all the grease and the moisture, which keeps your crust really crispy. And that's one of the struggles that every restaurant operator has right now, and in the pizza segment as well, is if we're not going to eat at the brick and mortar restaurant, how do I get it to your house? How does it get to the Monahan residence and be as in the best shape possible? Because if stuff gets home and it's delivered by Uber Eats or DoorDash, people don't scream at Uber Eats and DoorDash. They scream at the restaurant operator, and it's their fault. And they're on their Yelp and they're on their Facebook, giving them a 1 star. And so this product helps that. So we're pretty proud of it. We're doing really well. And like I said, we go to work every day.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that, obviously your industry was ready and timed for this type scenario. But also, what I think is interesting, you personally have been ready for this scenario. I know that you are very active on social media. You have a great presence on Instagram. I believe you won an award for a series of videos that you do.
I happen to have that right here on my desk.
Wow.
Yeah, we won an internet advertising award for our promotion we did last year called Stop the Flop, and which basically, because this product, hey Kellen, because this product will keep your crust crispy. And so it was something we started doing with a lot of success. And hey Randy, and so it was pretty cool. And I think we may be in line for something like that again this year. One of the things we did during COVID was the week after COVID started, we started doing an Instagram Live every day. And that Instagram Live, we actually originally started calling What's Working. And that what's working was what's working in the industry. Hey, Phil, how are you? So what's working in the industry that can help these guys? And it wasn't about us talking about Perfect Crust. It wasn't about us talking about Incredible Bags. It was truly about, helping everyone. Do we win in the process? Yeah, we do a little bit because we're seeing a little bit. But I have to sometimes catch myself to stop saying this, but our Instagram Lives, the perception was that we were helping. And the reality is it wasn't perception. It is real. We're helping. We want to help. I'm connected and friends with so many pizza guys across the country. I want to see them do really well.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the keys in this time is just to remember that we're all humans and we're all trying to get through it. So yes, somebody may be an entrepreneur, they own a pizzeria, pizza chain, a franchisee, but you really got a human at home like yourself with a family who is struggling or asking, what does my life look like moving forward? And I think you need to have that really good message in today's environment. That's what I like what you're doing.
And I'll tell you, just to add on that, to interject, regarding there's sometimes a very much emotion to eat local. And the reality is the Domino's down the street it's a local franchisee. There's someone that lives in your community, chances are. So support those guys as well. Whatever pizza you like, go support it. That's I eat pizza a lot. So support pizza. So
yeah, I'm in my local industry groups, and there's oftentimes all that bashing for big box and things like that. And I like a good community Facebook organizer who reminds everybody, so-and-so owns that particular franchise, and they sponsor the local sports team, and they give you pizza for your fundraisers, and they give you coupons. And so I think that's a great point. It's just reminding people that we're all, at the end of the day, it's a lot of humans out there, and even if it is a big box store, the people working there are part of your community as well.
That's right. I tend to say, look, I know there's a big push to support local and buy local, and I 100% understand that. But even if you buy from a big box store and someone wants to trash you for it, don't buy into that business, because you're still supporting people that live in your community, and it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I've learned from you is about your whole social media presence, and you kind of got like 3 themes. Are you willing to share those today?
No.
All right. That's your podcast.
No. I think a couple of things, that we've talked about. I think number one is, inspire, connect, and educate. As you post, every post you should look at it and say, does this inspire someone? Does it connect them with me or them? And does it educate? If it doesn't do one of those, don't post it. Just don't, leave it alone. You know, have this group I know is going to be about that. It's going to be, you know, pop up amazing. And it's people that probably look at things from a glass half full perspective. But if you don't inspire, connect, and educate, don't post it. Leave it alone. That's number one. Number two is if I was out at a pop-up amazing conference held by Brian Monahan, and I'm there the night before at the hotel bar, and I happen to run into someone and sit down at the bar, he's eating, I'm eating, within a matter, there's a stat out there, within the matter of 3 seconds, one of those people will say to the other, so what do you do? Right? And we don't say, gosh darn it, I'm the best father on the planet. Or we don't say, by God, you should see me husband like nobody else, right? We immediately say, well, I'm the vice president of sales and marketing for Perfect Crust Pizza Liners, right? And so because your work is such an important part of what you do and it somewhat defines who you are, part of the social media experience for you, you should talk about your work. It's okay. It supports your family, right? But I think in order to, if you're connected with customers and prospects on social media, I think you want to connect on a deeper level. I talk about popping the hood and seeing the engine, right? It's not you just see the car go by and that's that, but you should post about your family first. Okay, we're going to connect. You're going to be like, oh wow, he's got a daughter my age. Wow, we connect, right? Post about your family, post about your prospects and your customers next, share their content, and last, post about your business. Post about stuff in that order, and people will connect with you very easily. I know someone that I have a great example of that said, I don't know why I don't get any interaction on my Facebook stuff. Well, because dude, all you do is post about you. That's all you've got to change that up. And then the last thing, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I actually I have to be honest, I feel guilty. Over the years I've like written all these fabulous posts and all these different topics that I think, oh wow, I'm a guru right now. And I post one picture of my daughter, and it is a top memory every year. In fact, I shared this morning that last year we were sitting on our back porch eating pizza for breakfast. Yes. I thought it was perfect timing.
I saw that. Well, and the other thing is, as you're posting, whether it's on LinkedIn or it's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever you're at, is consciously be thinking, am I selling or am I branding? And both are okay. But, you know, I've talked lately about, I think if you could spend 10 days on a sale and you get the sale and it's done, but if you spend 1 day on branding, you get 10 days worth of, you know, residual from that. And so there's a balance to it, but you've got to consciously be thinking, am I selling or am I branding? Am I selling or am I branding?
Yeah, absolutely. I know you and I are in a common group where we work together on how to improve our branding, how to improve our sales approach. And I know that the weeks that we focus on things like sharing video on LinkedIn and other things like that, that particular branding pays off for weeks into the future, where when you're focused on a single sale, oftentimes that's just in the moment, and it's great to do that. But how do you create that art that pays you for? It's more like investing, I guess.
It is. It's totally investing. And by the way, that, you know, talking about posting about your family first and your customers and prospects second, and your business last. If you post enough about your prospects and your customers, you'll become the leader in your industry. Because those guys will all start to recognize, and it will pay off in dividends down the road. So, hi, Andy from Germany. How are you?
Is that minus 110?
That's really cold. That is really cold. Hey, Andy, I said I had something on my mind today. Do you mind if I share something real quick?
Oh, absolutely. I knew you had a surprise.
Yeah, it's regarding social media, and it's nothing bad. I read an article this week on LinkedIn a couple days ago, and this guy in his post said, hey, I got off of Instagram 4 months ago, and today was my last day on Facebook, and I'm done with all the negativity, and I'm through with it, and this is the only social media platform I'm going to use. And here's the miss. Here's the big miss. And I'm sure there's like 5,000-6,000 people watching this right now.
Absolutely.
Raise your hand if you remember at your grandma or your grandpa's house when you would walk into the living room, and in the living room on the coffee table was 3 or 4 photo albums. We all remember that, right? And here's the thing. Facebook, Instagram, they're the new version of your photo album. And if you're not taking advantage of that, you're missing out. And I want to go shade deeper on this. We have a friend, Kelly, who passed away 2 years ago from breast cancer. And Kelly was one of those people that she would say, deuces, I'm out of here for 6 months. And just get off Facebook for 6 months, right, at a time. And she would come back for 3 or 4 months and then be gone for 6 months. And she was at our house 5 or 6 months before she passed away. And I'll never forget it. She has a 2-year-old son. And she said, I wish I'd never done that. I wish I'd never gotten off social media, because there were gaps in her online photo album. We don't run around taking Polaroid pictures and saving them anymore. And so I want to challenge people to do a couple of things. Number one, start posting more pictures and more videos of you and your family, and keep them in your Facebook photo album, because that's what it is. I've been on Facebook for 12 years and I've got 12 years worth of pictures. That's my photo album. We don't take pictures and print them off, and that industry is dead. We save them online. And so I want to challenge you all to, one, today, start posting pictures. And one of the other things that happens along that process is there are people out there that say, raise your hand when you hear somebody say, that person only posts their highlights of life. Well, looking back at grandma and grandpa's house and looking at the photo album, did you scroll through and see pictures of them having an awful day? No. Did you see pictures of them like, oh gosh, I've got to have surgery? No. You see highlights and people smiling and so when people say, well, Brian only posts highlights of his life, unfollow them, snooze, delete them, get them out of your life, because you don't need that. And those are people that are negative anyway. You're laughing, but you know it's true. And the other thing I want to challenge people to is that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is a very negative place if you want to find it. There's a lot of positive out there if you want to find it too. And one of the things I've seen it lately quite a bit, because I have a friend that will post and say, I don't feel good this morning. And then here comes all the people, I don't feel good either. My life sucks. Today's awful. And I hate Friday. And I don't want to go to work. And I would challenge you to get up in the morning and say, I feel great. And watch all the people that will comment and say, I feel great too. I'm excited for today. I'm grateful for today. Today's going to be amazing. Today's going to be pop-up amazing. And so I want to challenge you guys to change your mindset. The answer to all the negativity on Facebook or Instagram is not to get off of those platforms. The challenge is to stay on those platforms and to try to be a light in the middle of all that crap that's out there. So I just, like I said, my friend Kelly, 6 months at a time gone, and she regretted it because her online photo album had gaps in it. And so it's just something that was on my mind the last couple of days after I read this guy saying, well, I'm just tired of all the negativity and this and that. And we have such an opportunity to post positive content and to be a positive force. And some people are never going to like it. And if they don't, delete them, move on with your life. It's not the end of the world, but it is your online photo album. It's your online life. Post 2-3 times a day. The other thing I wanted to add to regarding this same kind of subject is, and Brian's maybe heard this a little bit, but celebrate your victories online. If you had a great day, say I had a great freaking day and post it. It's okay to be positive and to have a great day. If I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm going to post on LinkedIn here in a little bit. My day started off with a great call with a guy named Dennis Berry, who I love so much. And I had a great call with him. And I'm going to post it on LinkedIn and say, when your Friday starts out with a great call from Dennis Berry, I win. Do you think there is such a thing as toxic positivity? Probably so. But I'll take any kind of positivity. I don't care. Toxic, non-toxic, but back to that, but celebrate your victories. And I don't care whether you won the Super Bowl. I don't care if you got a Super Bowl ticket. I don't care if you watched the Super Bowl and your team won. Talk about it. Because one of the powerful things about Facebook, and you just mentioned it, is that on this day thing where you can see what happened in your life for the last 10, 12 years. Man, if it's full of negative crap, that's your fault. Post what you got going on. And I'll add one more thing, and then I'll be done with my rant here a little bit.
No, I love it.
If you do wake up and you're like, I'm not feeling it today. Like, I don't wake up every day just like that. But if you wake up one day and you're not feeling it, right? Post on Facebook. man, I'm feeling great today. And you want to know why? Because what will happen is all your friends will comment and say, me too. Today's going to be awesome. It's going to be sensational. And you know what? As you start to read those comments, you will feel better. Guarantee it. It's not to say you can't have a bad day, right? It happens. It's not to say bad stuff doesn't happen in your life. It happens. But you control all those other days that there's good stuff happening, and we don't celebrate it because we've been told by people that all they do is post their highlights. Well, freaking, you know what? Maybe somebody just lives a damn charmed life and there's a lot of good stuff going on. That's okay. That's okay, people. So I want to challenge everybody today. Start posting pics.
Here's the top search result.
Start saying, I'm having a great day. I don't know why that did that. It like just popped my phone. Here's your top search results for have a great day. And the other thing I want to challenge you to do is to go pick up this book. It's phenomenal.
Oh, Eric, you're the best.
So that's my rant. I want to get that off my chest today because there's a lot of good stuff in this world. I realize there's politics and COVID and protests and all that stuff, and that stuff's real and it's out there, but you still control your bubble and the world you live in and the impact and the circle you have. So Facebook, Instagram is your grandma's photo album, and it's your photo album, and we need to really dial that up and be positive. So thank you.
All right, Eric, I have one more question for you.
Because I talked so long, you only have time for one question?
No, well, if we have more questions, I don't know how much time you have.
I got plenty. Go ahead. What do you got?
So one thing is, you just talked about bragging, and we have a little theme amongst a group of friends of ours where we say crush and brag. And we actually, Tim said that here, but to finish up today, what is something you are proud of that you accomplished sometime in the last couple of weeks?
We just added Marco's, which is number 7 chain in the country, which is amazing. I love that. I will tell you, my son is on here watching. I'm so proud of him. He's such a good kid, and he's got a job now, and he just graduated from college. And so if anybody needs any help in the financial world, he's your guy. But I'm proud of, the Megamind group that you talked about. They're friends now, and it's fun to be around people that are just like, if here's normal, positive, and uplifting right here, here's this group. Right. And I love that. I'm really proud of that. And, man, I love my kids and my wife, and I'm proud of them, and just a lot of good stuff, man. I got so much good stuff going on in my life. I get up every day. I ought to probably click my heels because I live just a charming life, but I'm serious, so, but that's, maybe that's not one thing, but that's quite a few things. And I like ice cream and pizza. So not together.
Yeah, we don't want you to stand up. We talked about the incredible legs to start off today, and we're going to pass on that.
I thought it was incredible eggs. So
yeah, that's good as well. I see you have some stuff in the background. You live in Tulsa, by the way. Yeah. One last question, but what's all this B-towns?
Yeah. Born in Saugus, Mass, and when you move to Oklahoma, the blood runs thick, and these colors back here don't run. So you gotta, go the way you were born. And with my dad, you were Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots, Bruins fan, or you lived outside. So yeah, Timmy, go Pats. That's right. So I love my sports teams. I love watching those guys play, and I love watching us win a lot of championships because that's what we do in Boston.
One last thing, we're going to run from here. So you mentioned Brian doing a conference called Pop-Up Amazing Conference, or the New Amazing Conference. And I actually, I come from the event industry, so that makes sense. I do conferences for my clients on a regular basis. Our industry's been hit hard, and you've been successful through this. You've got a lot of great ideas for pivoting. And I just thought, do you have any advice for the event industry? That's a tough one. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, that is that's a tough question because it's a space I'm not very versed in. But I don't know what that looks like when that comes back. But obviously a lot of people are doing a lot of great jobs with online and virtual things. I think if I had one piece of advice, I would say that if you're going to host a virtual conference, that the normal swag bags and all that sort of stuff, when you get there, man, I want that stuff to show up at somebody's house the day before, and whatever's in that swag bag needs to be somewhat interactive with what's going on. So if it's, hey, the guy from Perfect Crust is here, everybody hold up your Perfect Crust pizza liner and wave it. Yeah, I think stuff that's in that swag bag has got to be interactive to what's going on to pull people in, because if not, we're going to get very distracted at home with the phone ringing or whatever, versus if we were sitting there in person and really soaking it in. So that would be just off the cuff. My one thought would be is to make it at home as interactive as possible physically, where I can feel, touch, hold whatever is being talked about. That would be my one piece of advice, probably. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Actually, it reminded me of something. You've already done it, which is bringing the physical into the virtual. And actually, on another seminar or broadcast, you delivered a pizza to somebody that was broadcasting live, and it showed up at their house during the broadcast. So,
oh yeah, that was by design, right?
Yeah, actually, that's actually a good example of what a lot of people who are being successful in this new environment in the event industry. So. Actually, you have a success story already in the virtual for the event industry. So,
well, thank you.
Now, when the smell-o-vision works, that right? when you add that feature to Perfect Crust, I mean, you're going to be a gazillionaire.
Hit F6 and you'll smell the pizza that was delivered, right?
All right.
Yeah, well, I feel you.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you will be back because you. Customer Delight 365. I believe Eric will be quoted in second edition of Customer Delight 365, 2021 edition, Megamind Group. But thank you for joining me today. It was absolutely amazing. Pop-up amazing.
Pop-up amazing, baby.
We'll be back with other friends of the Pop-up Amazing in the coming weeks. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, Eric.
Thank you. Don't forget to post your pictures and stuff, your victories. Post your victories today.
Absolutely. Everybody crush and brag. Safe to do that here.
See you, Brian. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.